Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige and this is my open book. In today's video, in spirit of the Thanksgiving holiday being this week, if you live in the United States like me, I'm going to be sharing with you books that I am thankful for. So grab a drink and grab a snack and let's get into it. I'm feeling sappy this week. I'm just really thankful and grateful for this life that I'm living. I've got 10 of them to share with you. Some of them are all-time, part of my personality, books that made me kind of vibes, and some of them are more lighthearted, recent ones that I'm thankful for in this current moment. Let's just go into it. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm literally just reading off a piece of paper where I wrote them down, so it is what it is. First up is Dom by S.J. Tilley. Now, if you are a member of our book club, I have a book club with my friend Katie here on YouTube called the Thrilling Romance Book Club. I'll link Katie's channel down below in case you guys are interested, or if you've been missing out, you can catch up because we alternate on our channels each month, but we do romances and thrillers. This month actually is 2 years since we started our book club, and I'm pretty sure the first book we did was Dom by S.J. Tilley. I should probably check that since I'm making this video, but I feel pretty confident that it was 2 years ago in November we did Dom by S.J. Tilley. So I need to look that up. Yep, confirmed. First book club video ever 2 years ago. Oh my god, crazy, crazy, crazy. And not only that, it was an amazing book. That's still our standard, to this day. When we read romance books for our book club, we compare it to Dom. You know what I mean? Oh, but he's not Dom. Oh, but it's not S.J. Tilley. So I'm definitely thankful for that book, not only because I get to have this amazing book club with Katie because of it, but also I feel like it really set the tone for how our book taste has evolved. You know what I mean? And no one does an unhinged alpha male like S.J. Tilley. If you haven't experienced an unhinged alpha male by S.J. Tilley, pick up any of her books and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Okay, next we have One Last Shot by Nikki Castle. I love Nikki Castle in general, of course. I feel like that's gonna be the case for all of the authors on this list, but this book specifically just really gave me an interesting perspective on this relationship dynamic, which is interesting because I found a lot of similarities with the relationship in this book and the relationship I have with my husband. I'm not going to get into it because it gets very personal. I definitely get emotional when I think about this book and just what the characters go through and who they are as people. I definitely have a soft spot for this book. This book means so much to us as a couple that I even annotated a copy of it as a reread and I gifted it to Joshua for our anniversary. So yeah, this book definitely holds a special place in my heart. If you love a broody, broken, tortured hero and you love an emotionally fulfilling romance, you definitely need to read this. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, then we have A Court of Silver Flame by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this book follows Nesta. So the first few books in the series follow Feyre, who's the main female character of this series, but she has two sisters, one of which is Nesta. And Nesta is not the most likable character in the other books, okay? She comes off kind of bitchy. She comes off very cold, heartless, okay? And this is more so getting into her head of how this world that Feyre has entered is now affecting her life and this kind of new life that she is leading now and trying to figure out who she is and coming out of a state of depression and getting into finding her power. And yeah, this was very inspiring for me. I definitely read this at a point in my life where I was going through a state of depression myself, so it was very rejuvenating for me to read, I have to say. If you are in a slump in your life, or if you're feeling down in the dumps, or if you just feel you're at your rock bottom, you need to read this because Nesta was at her rock bottom. Okay, now this isn't a happy-go-lucky book, okay? She fights to get out of the rock bottom. She is crawling for forever to get out of that rock bottom, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And yeah, this book definitely inspires me every day. Whenever I'm having a bad day, I think about this book and it snaps me out of it. Okay, on a more lighthearted note, we have That Second Chance by Megan Quinn. Actually, this whole series, the Getting Lucky series by Megan Quinn. This book got me back into reading as an adult. Fictional reading, I should say. I was a big reader when I was a kid and growing up in high school too. High school kind of started to fall off because, school got really busy, okay? the pressure of like testing and getting into college, having a career or whatever, that I totally like fell into that, and reading took a back burner. The only time I read once I went to college, it was all like nonfiction, self-help, whatever, which there's nothing wrong with that. I definitely enjoyed reading those books when I did, but I think it was when I was in my early 20s, maybe. After college, I became a teacher. I was teaching for a little bit. I think it was when I quit teaching I started reading. I can't remember. The years kind of get blurry, but I remember just, I don't even know what prompted me to do it. I was just reading on the Kindle app on my phone. Like, I didn't have a Kindle. I didn't buy physical books ever. Just the Kindle app on my phone. I got Kindle Unlimited, and I was just looking to see what the Kindle store recommended me, and it recommended me this series by Megan Quinn, and my life has changed forever for the better. Finding the love of reading again through romance especially was really eye-opening for me, because even when I was reading as a kid, it was more so like dystopian, okay, fantasy, sci-fi, that kind of stuff. But I always loved the romance part. I mean, let's be real, okay? I definitely love love. So I don't know why I didn't read romance until this point, but it was worth it in the end. Reading romance has really changed my life, truly, because, you know, I think what's great about reading romance books, I actually read this in a different book the other day where the main character loved reading and she talked about this, and it definitely resonated with me. The good thing about reading romance is it's like the only book genre, or one of the only things, period, in like physical media, I don't know, just like in the world, okay, that is written for the female gaze. Okay, it's written by women, and even if it's not, it's written for women, okay, predominantly. I'm not saying men can't read romance. Of course they can. Of course they can. But predominantly, the romance genre is for the girls, okay? So, I love that. I feel like it's definitely liberating as well. For someone who grew up kind of like sheltered, it's liberating to see like women speaking their truth and kind of like living out loud, and women having all these adventures, and, you know, exploring like sexual pleasure as a woman. I love like that topic in romance books as well. I just love how like open-minded reading has made me, because it really lets you see like all different walks of life, and I love it. So thank you, Miss Megan Quinn, for getting me back in and reading romance. Okay, then we have a couple like music mentions. We have the Dirty series by Jane Diamond. This is a rockstar romance world, okay? There's this one series, and then she has like a bunch of spin-off series now, and it was like my first reading slump. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I was in my first reading slump, and this series got me out of it. This series got me out of it. It will always be the first thing I recommend when someone tells me they're in a slump. I'll say, read the Dirty series by Jane Diamond. Not only is it just bingeable, okay, it's a long series, there's lots of books on Kindle Unlimited, very easy to read, but she has great playlists that go with each book, and I'm a huge music girly, so like that totally spoke to my soul, and they're just a good time. Like, I think about these books often. Whenever I read a rockstar romance, this is my new standard, okay? It's incredible. And then going into that, recently I was in a slump again, and I was like, okay, well, I've already read the Dirty series. I tried rereading other books, nothing was working. I was trying all of my tricks, but then I saw a teaser for this book because it was recommended for those that like Slaughter to Prevail, which is a metal band. They wear masks, and the first book in this series is about a masked member of the band. I'm in love. I'm in love. All these books I've been obsessed with. There's one that isn't even out yet, and like I'm already obsessed with it, and it's not even out. So Jack Whitney is definitely a new favorite. I literally just read these a couple months ago, and they're definitely my new obsession. Like, now I'm reading things and I'm just comparing it to this series now. So not only is Dirty like my original like OG standard for rockstar romance, but now I have this. I feel like this is more like grittier for sure, and less like classic rock, more like metalhead rock, okay, which like it works. And it's also good for like the elder emos out there, okay? There's a lot of references to emo music as well, which we love, and yeah, they're great. These books are long though, like definitely not as bingeable as the Jane Diamond. I feel like that's the only difference between the two, but there's like so many more layers and emotions and backstory. Zoe agrees. I know. So yeah, I'm definitely thankful for this book because it kind of gave me like a newfound love again for this subgenre of rockstar romance, but also like it reinvigorated my love for this kind of music and just all the vibes, all the vibes. Next, I guess kind of along the musical category, we have Daisy Jones and the Six, because this is how I got into Taylor Jenkins Reid, okay? I love her writing so much. Daisy Jones and the Six, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Carrie Soto is Back, Malibu Rising. I think they all are technically interconnected standalones. I think she calls them like, is it like the Hollywood series? It's not like officially a series, but like some of the characters overlap. So yeah, this whole world I'm obsessed with. It makes me want to watch documentaries. Like, I love that Daisy Jones became a TV show because I'm just like so in it. Like, I want to know everything about these people. Okay, they're not even real people, but I feel like they are. Like, they exist. In my world, they're real. Oh, the vibes are so good and her writing is so good. And I think what was great about me reading these books is it reminded me that it doesn't have to be romance. You know what I mean? Her books are definitely more on like the general fiction side. There are love stories in them, right? But they're not like predominantly romance. So I'm thankful for her as an author because I feel like it definitely, you know, it gives me a good like refresh, like a reset when I need something different from romance. And it encourages me to kind of go outside my comfort zone, which is good. On the no romance train, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to a recent book I'm thankful for, which is Look Closer. We also read this for our book club this year, and this came at a good time because we were really like so over thrillers. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, we were not having good luck picking thriller books for our book club this year. So Katie and I were like so over it. We're like, should we even do thrillers anymore? Like, ugh, I don't even want to pick up any thriller books right now. Like, what are we doing? So this book, however, ended up being, I don't know if Katie gave it 5 stars, but she's rated it very highly. I gave it 5 stars. And this was a great thriller. If you're looking for something that's going to shock you, keep you guessing, fast-paced, lots of character POVs, you definitely need to read this. You definitely need to read this. Again, reminding me that it doesn't have to always be romance. I do like other things. I can go outside my comfort zone and still have a good time. And to never give up. Because just when you think that books suck and you can't find something new, there's always going to be something new. That's the beauty of reading, is you're never going to run out of things to read. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Now, will this book like stand the test of time? I don't know. Hopefully we can read more thrillers now. Hopefully this like restarted our thriller journey and we can ride the wave, but we'll see. We'll see. Right now, I'm definitely thankful for it because I was about to just give up on thrillers entirely. So thank you. Okay, now we're gonna go into Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the 3rd book that is in the same series as the Icebreaker book. I can't remember what the series is called. Maple Hill, something like that. I don't know. But this is a sports romance series. This one follows Henry. You meet him in the 1st book. Now, Hannah Grace does not officially diagnose Henry as having autism, but she does have an author's note at the beginning that explains it a lot better than I could. You know, where she does kind of intentionally give him certain symptoms that are similar to what it's like to have autism. This book was very eye-opening for me because someone very close to me has autism, and I thought I understood what it was like, you know, being, you know, having that person in my family for years and speaking with them. Like, you think you understand, right? But being able to read from someone's POV that displays some of those same behaviors or thought patterns or things like that, it was very eye-opening for me. And I even let the person read it who has autism, and I asked them, like, can you compare to me, like, how this feels for you? Like, do you think this is accurately representative of the thoughts and behaviors that you exhibit? And they said, yeah. Like, obviously, not every single person who has autism is the same. They felt like it definitely did represent it well enough. So I think that book was very eye-opening for me, and I'm thankful that I was able to read it and that Hannah Grace handled it as well as she did, because it definitely helped me better understand what life is like for that family member, you know? And I think that that's really good. Even if you don't have someone in your family that experiences things like that, I still think it's good. Like I said earlier, the best part about reading is you learn about all kinds of different walks of life. It makes you more open-minded as a person. Yeah, I think it's just gonna make you like a better person overall, a better human, and helps you develop empathy, which is huge in this world. Okay, and last but not least, I'm sure you guys can guess the author of the book I'm gonna mention. A.L. Jackson. My favorite author of all time. I'm gonna shout out her Bleeding Stars series. This is another Rockstar romance series, actually. Can you tell? I love it. I love it so much. This is another one that kind of gives like metalhead-ish vibes. I would say this is like in between like Dirty series and Young Decay series. It's kind of in the middle. But yeah, this is another one where like, you know, I feel like every so often I kind of stop listening to music for a little bit. I like just focus on audiobooks, or I only watch YouTube videos and podcasts or whatever when I'm working or when I'm driving. So I kind of forget like how much music really changes you, or like really can help your mood and just like give you good memories and help you channel things. And A.L. Jackson is my favorite author now. Like, can you imagine if I never read this series? Can you imagine? Like, her writing style is still unmatched. Nobody writes like A.L. Jackson does. She's just like, her prose is so unique, and I just love her voice and how poetic she is, and how it really feels like you're in these people's brains, but like in the best way, Yeah, so I'm definitely very, very, very thankful that I was able to read this series when I did. She was one of the first authors I kind of got back into. It was Megan Quinn, Melanie Harlow, A.L. Jackson, and Tessa Bailey. They were kind of the ones that like really got me back into it. So yeah, I'm very thankful that I found her when I did, because she's definitely part of my personality now. Like, she is, me as a reader is A.L. Jackson's writing. Like, they go hand in hand. So it's perfect. All right, that's gonna be it for today's video. I had so much fun filming it. Of course, talking about my favorite books always puts me in a good mood. I hope you guys enjoy. Give this video a like. Leave a comment down below telling me a book that you are thankful for. And of course, I'm thankful for all of you. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, liking, commenting, subscribing. It really means a lot. And I love that we're able to have this community. I'm definitely thankful for that. So be sure to subscribe so you can see the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.